While scrolling through Facebook one day, this saying jumped out at me: always love your mother because you will never get another. And I had to laugh because I totally did. I was born to my first mother in 1974. She was 15. She named me Madeline Lynn Delahanty and placed me for adoption through Catholic Charities. When I was 3 months old, I was adopted by a married couple and named Lindsay Ann Reed. My mom was called Pat and my dad was John, but of course to me, they were simply mom and dad. They worked hard to make sure my adoption was a part of me that was known and acknowledged within our family. I don't remember when I first learned of it. It was simply part of the record. My birthday is in August, and every Columbus Day in October, we'd also celebrate my coming home day. That was the day the nice social worker, Mrs. Caravaggio, brought me to my family, clad in a sweet little yellow knit suit. As I grew up, those were my earliest baby pictures. I had every other picture of me a kid could want. Me stuck in a toilet, me in a dishwasher, me dressed as an angel for Halloween. But I always wondered about my newborn pictures. What did I look like as a new, wrinkled, recently emerged person? What did I look like when I was still with my other mother? These thoughts felt disloyal. I had great parents, a younger brother, a dog. Why would I pine for someone who, in the adoption speak of the times, loved me too much to keep me? I should wave in the rearview mirror, say thanks, and sayonara. I had a mom. I had a dad. But every year on my birthday, as my parents staged elaborate, lovely parties, I would feel a pit in my stomach, an ache that grew stronger as the day wore on. And at some point during that day, I would sneak away and cry. I pictured my birth mother sitting somewhere, alone, eating cake. Somehow I just knew this was an anniversary she felt as keenly as I did. Surely you couldn't come from someone, start your life in them, and not leave any imprint on the rest of their days. As I approached the age my birth mom had me, I thought of her more. What would I do if I found myself in her shoes? Would I give my baby away or find a way to keep her? In my adolescence, I flirted with disaster, only to get a reprieve every month. Still not a teen mom, I would think to myself, with both satisfaction and disappointment. I was looking for something, someone, a part of me that had been lost or relinquished, that I didn't know how to claim. I was looking for my other mother's daughter. Eventually, I did become a mom, single at 20. In many ways, my son saved me from a self-destructive path. I tell him, I don't advise having a baby to grow up, but you worked for me. The funny thing is, biology wasn't the missing piece. I thought as soon as I met my baby, that person I shared genetics with, something would click, and that need for something other would dissipate. But when our eyes first locked and I cried with joy, I realized we are all born strangers to each other. I didn't have any special insight into him just because I pushed his 9-pound, 2-ounce self from my body. We were going to have to figure each other out. His presence did cement my decision to find my birth parents. I didn't get around to it till he was 5, because frankly, it was super scary. But after I took the plunge and began the process, it went quickly. 2 weeks after I first met with the Catholic Charities social worker and paid my $500 search fee, I had a name, a phone number, and consent to dial it. My hands shook as I punched in the digits, and my heart created new and unfamiliar rhythms. But when she picked up the phone and I first heard her voice, I felt it, the click. All I ever wanted to say, I got to. Things like, thank you, and I'm okay, and I understand. She said, kid, if I had kept you, it would have been peanut butter and jelly for both of us forever. And she told me about the diner where she'd had cake on my birthdays. We did our best. Reclapped. We did our best to fill in the blanks of 26 years. And even if we never spoke again, I felt like I was at peace. When I hung up, I began the rest of my life as one daughter with 2 mothers, both who gave me so much to carry me forward all my days on this earth as a mother and a daughter.